I saw Freddie Gibbs at the Velvet Underground venue in Toronto on November 19th, 2018. Coming fresh off of his Freddie album, it was the perfect time for a tour, and me being such a huge fan of him ever since I heard Pinata in 2014, and of course his bangers on Grand Theft Auto 5, I was more than ecstatic to see him. My name is Wyatt and I'm Ferda Tunes, and today we got another concert overview where I go over my personal experience seeing an artist or band live, hopefully to give some insight on people on what to expect if they want to go see this artist. I went with my good friend who I see a lot of shows with, and he told me that this venue was particularly pretty small, so we made sure we were up front and center, and for the first half of the show we quite literally were. I remember telling my boys after I could literally see how red his eyes were. That's how close he was. Dude came on stage straight blunted.
Everybody get your hands up right now! Everybody get your hands up!
Hey man, I got drunk as fuck in the green room. I ain't gonna lie to y'all niggas.
And I guess that's an understandable reason as to why he was so late. I find rappers have a tendency to show up very late to their shows. Not always, but sometimes it's a painful wait. I do remember before anyone came out and there was just music playing in the venue, One Beer by MF Doom came on, and I swear, like, the whole front row just sang, like, the whole thing. It was amazing to just see that love of hip-hop just pouring out of people. If I remember correctly, he had 3 opening acts, which is a bit much, but they were fine. More than enough energy to keep everyone engaged, but I'd be lying if I didn't say I grew a little impatient to see Gibbs. You know, you just get eager in the moment. One of the opening acts, Darren Falana, put on for his hometown Brampton, which isn't too far from Toronto, so it was great to get put on to some local talent and see what was up. And when Freddie finally came out, we heard the Now or Later Gators beat from Alchemist, and he came out singing, and you just have to see it.
But all the time for these hoes, truthfully, yeah. I whip the wet and VVS the jewelry. Yeah, feel like I got diamond gators on. Bitch, on my phone, you know we can do it all right, baby. Hey, you know it's all right, baby. Make some noise in this motherfucker. Toronto, let's go, right?
He then went straight into performing a lot of his older songs from early 2010s, which was a pleasant surprise, and one of the biggest highlights for me was when he did Still Livin', you know, the classic GTA 5 track. He was so close, it felt like I could feel his power presence, and again, he looked straight chop, but it looked like he took a second to absorb the moment, and then just went right in and started killing shit. Now, the highlight for me, this may sound weird, but have y'all ever seen one of your favorite songs performed live and it kind of changed the way you listen to that song forever? Yeah. Harold's always one of my favorite tracks off Pinata, and I wasn't sure if he was going to perform it because, you know, it just doesn't really have that hype energy. I wasn't sure. The way he flipped one of the first bars, smoking on the strong Freddie Kane, and tossed it to the crowd, it was, I don't even know, like, it was just so seamless and perfect, and I didn't expect it, but it was still so, everyone was so in sync and came right back at him with the finish of the bar. It brought like a new hype to that one line that I just never really heard it in that way. I'll show you guys what I mean, because it was unreal. I got it on video.
Keep a chip off in my cell phone. Pocket full of stones, smoking on the strong Freddie Kane. Marshalltown niggas had a nigga running home.
There was quite a few times he would cut the beat off and just go straight a cappella, and I swear the crowd barely missed a word, either hyping him up or just rapping right along with him. You know, we've all seen this done before in like rapper concert videos on Twitter or wherever, but this one just felt like the most effortless I could ever imagine.
I done been in jail and did my best not to repeat that. Trying to feed my family, give a fuck about your feedback. Critically acclaimed, that shit don't mean a thing. When you rockin' mics and still in microwaves, cooking cane, never tricking on the dame. Too cold for you bro hoes. Don't let the knob pitch your booty when the door closed, bitch.
He did quite a few songs off of Pinata before going into his more recent stuff off of the Freddie album, which, how could he not? Like, those trap bangers just got the place jumping. This is a little off topic, but there was one moment that right in front of us, there was these dudes, they looked like hockey kids, just started yelling at these guys who honestly kind of looked like me.
Bruh.
Just music nerds in the flesh. And these guys started throwing hands at them, like in the middle of a mosh pit. I'm pretty sure during Death Row with O3 Greedo. Like, it was just such a lit moment. And then it was just this kerfuffle for a minute. And then these hockey kids got kicked out. And I was just like, what the fuck happened? Like, it was a dope mosh pit. And these guys just started like, yo, bro, yo. Like, scum of the earth in my eyes, bro. If you don't want to be in a mosh pit, it's not hard to get out. Before I started really going to concerts, I heard from a lot of people that people at rap shows don't really know how to mosh. And I have seen it a few times, but nothing this bad. I'm gonna have to make a video on like how not to act at concerts, because some people are just such a fucking buzzkill. Sorry for the quick rant. The show ended as powerful as it started. I can't really remember exactly which song he ended on, but it wasn't one of those crazy bangers. It was a very powerful, satisfying finish. This did feel very much like a typical rap show, you know, the lights and effects. It was nothing extraordinary, everything just kind of to keep the focus on Gibbs and the music, but he kept the energy going. He had a little something for everybody, and if you were a fan of his music, I really can't see how you couldn't have had a great time. And the overall sound was booming. Obviously, that'll vary depending on which venue you see him at, but it's worth noting, that shit was crazy. Mosh pits were about a B. I'd give it a B+ if it weren't for those douchebags who just seemed to not even know what a mosh pit was. Whatever. And that's about all I have to say, really. This is obviously my subjective experience seeing one show from him, so take it with a grain of salt, but I would definitely recommend any Gibbs fan seeing him any chance you get. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Let me know what you think of these videos too. I just started doing them. I did one on Tyler the Creator just last week, so let me know if you think there are things that I should focus on more when talking about the performances, etc. I got a ton more coming, so please let me know. I want to get these videos as strong as I can, because I like the idea. Thank you so much for watching. Join the Discord, link is down below. We're talking music every day in there. It's a community, man. It's growing. I'm loving it. We actually did our first live stream just a week ago for the Kanye whole Donda Atlanta live stream event, and it was fucking fun, man. Like, it was like about 7 of us in there just chilling, boozing, having a great time. It was really awesome to see, and again, shout out to everyone who joined. But yeah, if you're not in the Discord, bro, you're missing the fuck out. Follow me on Instagram and come talk some shit with me on Twitter. Much love, and we'll see you in the next one.
She let me in it cause I'm thug. It's squares, need not apply, so fly, I might fuck a cousin. Something about the sticker sweet, thinking it's sweet, huh? Get some groceries on my Giga EBT car. Why the feds worry about me clocking on this corner when there's politicians out here getting popped and nervous on the bitch I'm partying.